putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
But make no mistake, I will not rest until we have delivered for the citizens of our great country so many different things. Immigration, the strong military. We've done an awfully good job of protecting our Second Amendment. That was in question during the campaign, you remember, and we have done a very, very good job. For the last 12 months, I've kept one promise after another, and we're just getting started. So often I'll see, and I must say 6-7 months ago, they were saying, he didn't fulfill his promise on this or that. I've said, I've only been here for 4 months. You know, other people were there for 8 years, and they would finally get something passed. I was there 4 months, you know this, Paul, and they were saying, he didn't fulfill a promise. But now we've fulfilled far more promises than we promised. And they're having a hard time with that. We have seriously fulfilled promises. I call it Promises Plus. And there's one more very important promise we're keeping. No longer are we making apologies for America. We don't apologize anymore. We're proud of our history. We're confident in our values. And we're grateful to our heroes. And we are determined to create a brighter future for all of our people. We are restoring the bonds of love and loyalty that unite us all, as friends, as neighbors, as citizens, as Americans. Because when Americans are united, nothing at all, nothing can stop us. We win. Because together, we are indeed making America great again. Thank you, and God bless you all. Thank you very much.
That, of course, was Donald Trump. Welcome, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. KJRadio.com, 844-551-8255. He's talking about promises kept. He kept his promise on immigration, or he's in the process of it. I know. And Coulter, build the wall. Where's the wall? Where's the wall? And he has to qualify the statement amongst intelligent people. Look, folks, I've been here a year. It's tough to get everything done. There's a lot to do. But I'll tell you what, I got a lot done. I got more done than that clown got done in 8 years. And believe me, you didn't want him to get a bunch of stuff done. I love how he handled it. Military, I'm strengthening them. They may be, for all I know, the military's got too much money. They're over budget or whatever. But Trump will get to the bottom of that. He started out just saying, look, Air Force One's too expensive. Some of these jets, these programs, etc. I want cuts. So I'll get you more money, but you're going to give me my cuts. Second Amendment, people are like, is he really pro-gun? I remember people questioning, is Trump really religious? Is he going to follow religious doctrine, etc.? My brother was one of those. My mentor did not vote for Donald Trump. I know. The student exceeded the master because I voted for him, proudly so. But my brother did. Nah, Kevin, God won't let me do it, man. And he went all through it. Called me about 2 months later saying, I screwed up. I wasn't hearing what God was saying to me. Donald Trump, promises kept. I remember somebody saying Donald Trump may be the only president who is hated because he actually kept his campaign promises, talking about the left hating him. Hating on the man. So much so, they conspired to get him impeached. I want you to think about that for just a second. You've done nothing. You're guilty of nothing. And an agency inside of the very government that you control is trying to get it to look like you have been up to something, that you're up to no good. What kind of nonsense is that? That's ridiculous. That's what happened. Lou Dobbs was talking about this. When we do this, I want to come back and tell you the new plan that Adam Schiff has underway. It's very sneaky, but Adam Schiff he's a worm. How this guy is not being put in his place by the Democrats is beyond me. He obviously has dirty pictures of some, he's got some stuff of Democrats in compromising positions. I'll put it that way. But let's hear what Lou Dobbs said about the FBI. Then I want to cover what little gamesmanship Adam Schiff is playing right now on the Democrats' response to the Nunes FISA memo.
FBI has been a place where truth goes to die, and
Correct.
where they're used primarily to cover up. It's under FBI investigation. We can't answer your questions. We'll never see you again. Thank you very much.
And so these political operators are threatening the President of the United States. They're betraying their oath to the Constitution. They are so defensive and so reactive, trying to cover up for the big FBI machine, which, as Ed Rollins pointed out before, frankly has a long history of all sorts of different flavors of corruption.
Right.
And when the American public learns about what's going on at the headquarters, let me tell you something. There's FBI agents or agencies, field offices all over the country where similar shenanigans are going on, and I'll point a finger directly at El Paso, Texas. There's all sorts of abuse, of surveillance, of mail cover, of telephone tap, of intercepts. This, unfortunately,
of U.S. citizens?
Correct. Things that I personally have reported to the Inspector General of the Justice Department. They know this stuff. This is the worst kept secret in the country. They're terrified, they're embarrassed, and they're frantic, and that's why you see them issuing this statement which attempts to undercut the actions of the chief executive of the United States.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Kevin Jackson here. That was Lou Dobbs, and I don't know who his guest was, but they were excoriating the FBI because it is a corrupt organization. The Republicans issued what's called the FISA memo, but now you know what they're doing? They're calling it the Nunez memo. And the reason they're doing that is because the FISA memo tells you exactly what it involves. The Nunez memo points a finger at somebody. That's very Alinsky of them. And you guys have responded. You've been sending notes to Nunez saying, way to go, Senator Nunez. Way to go. I think it's congressman or senator. But whatever. You're saying, way to go, buddy. Way to hang in there. Way to do it. You're sending them to Sarah Carter going, way to expose this thing. You're sending them to Catherine Herridge of Fox going, you are a stalwart, Catherine, because good job for you to stick with this story that these people try to get you to change, that they try to get you to, to manipulate and to maneuver around. And there are many others. Cheryl Atkinson and Chairman Nunez did his job under a lot of pressure. And I got to tell you, I think he's a House member. He's a congressman. So now we've looked at these different strategies that the left has been employing to try to throw people off the scent. And it's funny to watch him. Schiff is still claiming, as we played it earlier, he's still claiming that, the FBI isn't, it's nobody's going to want to talk to the FBI. Whatever. But here's what's interesting to me, and this was sent to me by Lee Zeldin. He's a representative in Congress, and he says this. This is what he tweeted. Friends don't let friends at the House Intel Committee compromise good sources and methods. Schiff deliberately and unnecessarily loaded up his memo with many sources and methods that shouldn't be released, and he knows it. There's a 0% chance this isn't deliberate to play games, meddle, and obstruct. So let me tell you what Schiff did. By putting all that stuff in there, he's saying President Trump has to not release it. So then Schiff says, President Trump doesn't want to release the Democrat response to the Nunez FISA memo. What's he hiding? Why does he not want to let our side get it out? So they've already leaked, I saw it earlier, Jerry Nadler's thing, and they came back and said, this thing it's talk about a nothing burger. It in no way refutes anything of the Republicans. Not a single thing. So what they did is they released that one, or they've teased it as a primer. It didn't come back good, so apparently Schiff's got one that's got all the level 2, if you will, of this what do you want to call it? I mean, it's a complete snipe hunt. But level 2 of this plot is send President Trump a highly redactable version of their memo, make them redact it or not release it. If I were President Trump, I'd release it. I'd say the Democrats who were and let me tell you, this is what I think is going to happen. The Democrats who were so concerned with the Republicans' document and saying it was going to show trade secrets of the FBI and all these other things, that's what their biggest concern was. Then the Democrats load their document with the very things that they say they don't want released. If I were President Trump, I would release it, because then those suckers got to own it.
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.